On a human basis, I have found Africans delightful. And here's the interesting thing that I don't think most Americans know. One of the, I think, three most successful recent immigrant groups in the United States are from Nigeria, are Nigerian immigrants. It's not something I think a lot of people would guess, but I know it because I know a lot about Africa and Africans. But it's worth knowing how successful they have been in coming here. The reason Africa is not developed much and should be, there is one reason, and it'll blow your minds. I don't think most people, when they hear it, they will understand what I'm saying, but I don't think people would guess it. But I've known this from my earliest travels to Africa. Corruption. That's it. The amount of government corruption. Corruption destroys societies like termites destroy houses. They just gnaw at the foundations of a society. I remember in West Africa, God, I thought I was going to talk about the campuses, and here I am. This is about as spontaneous as I've ever been. Well, they're all spontaneous, but it was completely not projected. Anyway, I'll give you an example. So I was being driven, my wife and I, and we were in a van with a West African driver. I don't remember which country in West Africa it was. And we were talking about corruption. And so he then turns around to us. He says, "Here, you want to see an example? We're coming up to it." We're driving on this main street in this West African country, and there's a police block. Of course, the driver stops because there's a barrier, hands the policeman money, and the block is lifted. That's corruption, my friends. That is about as clear an example. But we have a lot of clear examples, unfortunately, here in America, and that is a big threat to the viability of our country here, and it is to any country.